to snake. It's a joke.
I will snake for the snakes. That's a joke.
Bring it on, Safa. Bring it on. I'm ready. Bring it on. Enough is enough. She can never be like me. She can never be on my level.
Can you just stop yelling? I don't want to hear your voice. That's it.
Is it jealousy?
Why would I be jealous of you? You're like an Alibaba version of me. Relax.
One thing's for sure about Dubai Blings. This show is gonna toy with your emotions. Guys, see, you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. With every episode, you're gonna get so triggered. Guys, you're gonna get so triggered. You're gonna be so mad. Especially when there's an altercation happening. Yeah, when two people are having a go at each other, guys, sometimes it's gonna make you feel like jumping into your TV screen, like just jumping right into that scene to fight for your fave. Oh my God, guys, after watching this particular episode of the show, I am so triggered. I am so triggered. And please, nobody should come for me. Yes, I am allowed to have a fave, but not in this particular scenario, of course. But guys, woo! This episode is insane. So we're gonna jump right into it, and I cross my fingers. I'm really hoping that this particular video is not too lengthy. I'm trying to stick to just 30 minutes. So let's see how that works out, all right? And officially, you are all specially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. For those of you that are new here, you are especially welcome. Thanks for tuning in to watch this video. But if you are yet to become a part of this community, please do not hesitate to do exactly what you see on your screen. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells to always receive alerts of my videos whenever I upload a new one, all right? And I thought I should give out this announcement, guys, because I'm trying to round off this particular show this week. I think on Saturday during our live conversation, I'm going to be reviewing 2 episodes in one. So I'm trying my best to review episodes 7 and 8. That's the final episodes of the season, all on Saturday. So please make it a date with us. Do not miss out. Make sure you join us. All right. And for those of you who are OGs, thank you so much for tuning in again. Thank you so much for being returning viewers. And yeah, as usual, I want to remind all of you to go ahead, share with me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do not hold back anything. I would love to know how you feel about every single thing that happened on this particular episode of the season 2 of Dubai Bling. Now, all of that said, let's quickly proceed with the details of this analysis. The opening scene of this episode got me asking a lot of questions. But before we get into the questions, let's first acknowledge that it was really sad to see Zeina and Safa at that level in their friendship.
What have you done to our friendship? What have you done? Why didn't you tell me? To hell with Ebraheem, why didn't you tell me? What were you thinking? Are you happy that LJ is sitting there making fun of us?
It was really sad, guys. It kind of really tore me. I mean, I could relate with Zeina's hurt at the fact that Safa had taken too long, you know, to inform her about her meeting with Ebraheem, and also looking at the fact that LJ and Farhanna were getting a kick off the situation. Yeah, the fact that LJ by herself had just spilled the tea like that, you know, knowing fully well that it was going to cause a rift between Zeina and Safa. She wanted to see a reaction, and when she saw that reaction, she was all giddy and excited about it. And Farhanna was acting like, oh, nothing was happening. And guys, it was even more annoying when, you know, LJ was acting ignorant of the situation. Like that question she asked Farhanna, oh, did I do anything wrong? And Farhanna was, you know, assuring her that she did not do anything wrong. Guys, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most obvious snakish behavior ever. And, you know, that got me asking that, how do these women even operate? You know fully well that these people don't like you. And I'm referring now to the likes of Farhanna and even LJ. Now, this question is for Safa. Like, how is it that you know that these women don't really like you like that? They really gossip about you a lot. In fact, the gossip is even mutual. Safa gossips about people to Zeina and vice versa. People gossip about them as well, you know, to people. Like, it's a mess in Dubai, in their circle. But these people still come together. they still wine and dine. They still act like all is well and all is cool. Guys, but going back to Safa and Zeina was so hurt. She was even shedding tears. She had to leave immediately because she was really, really upset. And then there was Safa on the other hand. Safa was actually sobbing.
Malicious.
Fucking assholes.
Why don't you just wait till my event finished? I don't give a shit. Why? My friends and family are here.
She knew that she had messed up. She knew that she had betrayed the trust between herself and her best friend. She had to send out production so that she could have a moment to cry in a private room. But that was after she had told LJ to leave her event. But LJ decided not to leave. LJ was enjoying the drama. And from some of the things that LJ was saying during her confessionals, I just felt like, wow, this girl, you're really insensitive. Like very, very insensitive and spoiled.
I don't have a problem leaving. What I have a problem is you're making unnecessary drama and exaggerating with your reaction.
Because she was like, oh, Safa is just creating unnecessary drama. That Safa's reaction is just unnecessary. I'm like, wow, Safa is actually really right. Zeina as well is right. These people don't actually understand the concept of friendship. Even if it stares them in the face, they actually don't really understand. And so it's quite easy for them to say that, oh, Safa, all of them, they're actually just overreacting and being unnecessarily dramatic. And you know, just when I thought that LJ and Farhanna would just pack what's left of their dignity and leave, these two women still went downstairs, were lingering, and were still engaging in some gossip. And Safa was not having it.
Farhanna, you're so desperate for the event that you're still here.
You don't own the restaurant. You don't own this
No,
restaurant.
I privately hired it.
She came downstairs. She told them, listen, I rented the whole restaurant, so both of you have to leave. Because Brianna was like, well, you don't own the place. And I'm like, yes, Safa, that's how you should do it. Immediately, her event was over. Safa had rushed home, freshened up, changed, and had rushed down to Zeina's house to apologize and properly explain herself about what exactly had happened, what she had discussed with Ebraheem. If I just give her all the details to prove, you know, that it was with good intentions that she had done what she had done and had also kept the information from Zeina up until that evening when she was supposed to tell Zeina about everything. Now, Zeina obviously was still hurt. She had questions. She wanted to know who made the first move. She wanted to know why Safa had taken so long, you know, to inform her of that meeting. Yes, and I loved what she did. She had told Safa that she would need time to process everything. She would need space, you know, to rebuild the trust that is shaken between them. Frankly speaking, yes, I understand that Safa really loves Zeina as her bestie, you know, she doesn't want to lose her friend, but I kind of felt like it was a tad bit selfish of her, you know, to complain about the break. She was saying, oh, I don't do breaks. And I loved Zeina's response that no, you can't dictate anything right now. You messed up, you did this. So you cannot dictate your own terms to me on how I should handle the situation. You have no right to dictate anything. So I need space to process everything, yes, and you will have to wait. And Safa had walked out. And guys, frankly speaking, as I said, I totally loved how Zeina had responded. I love a woman that is really self-aware. I loved the fact that Zeina, you know, recognized that. And you see, frankly speaking, I love people that are really self-aware. Yes, I loved the fact that Zeina asked for time to process everything. Because guys, what happened was not a joke. What happened was actually a serious issue. It's something that is built on trust. And it's something that has completely shaken the trust between these two people. And it was even more sad, you know, because Safa is fully aware that Zeina has trust issues. According to Zeina, she's opened up about so many things in her life that she's never even told anybody else. To Safa, Safa is her best friend. So the fact that Safa could keep that information from her, could not even pick up the phone to call her, that really hurt her, yes. And guys, I liked the fact that she drew the line. That nah, this time around, you don't get to dictate anything, yes. And we all know how Safa is. Safa is that quick person. You know, she wants something, she gets it right now. So I loved the fact that Zeina drew the line and said, nah, this is not that situation where you get to ask for something and you get it right now. No, you are going to play by my own rules. You're going to play by my own time. When I'm ready, we're going to have more conversations about it. But guys, trust Safa to still not want to let go, you know, of Zeina like that, because it was quite obvious that she was scared, you know, about Zeina's reaction. She was scared that, oh, she might lose her friendship with Zeina. So she had gone ahead to plead with her husband, Fahad, you know, to have a conversation with Zeina, which Fahad did after presenting her push presents. Not just one, but many push presents, which was, oh my God, mind-blowing, by the way. I totally loved every single thing he had, you know, given to Safa as a push present.
The shock of her life. She's really happy. She was ecstatic. This is keys to your office because your business is doing so well. He's supporting you, sold out. So yeah, you need more space to support you.
Thank you.
It was just really romantic and beautiful. So yes, she had said that aside all the gifts that he had actually given to her, the one major gift that would really make her completely happy is if she reunites with Zeina. And of course, he had the meeting with Zeina. And guys, you could tell that this man actually cares about his wife, Safa. Like, he really loves his wife. He wouldn't want her to be sad for any reason. And another thing again I noticed was the fact that he really loved and appreciated the friendship that, you know, his wife and Zeina has, and he wouldn't want to, you know, lose it for anything. He even opened up to Zeina about the fact that he was going to be going on a business trip to India and he was going to probably stay for over a week, and he wouldn't want to leave Safa in the mood that she's in. So he kind of appealed to Zeina to just let things go so that they can move on, because Zeina still sort of insisted that she would still love to have time because she was really hurt, you know, but he was like, nah, they should just make up and just, you know, mend fences. And guys, I just felt like that was really sweet. That was really sweet. I mean, there's nothing as beautiful as being in a marriage relationship with a man that completely understands you, understands your flaws, and would want to stick their neck out for you, you know, to help you mend fences with the people that you offend. I mean, guys, everybody knows that Safa can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but it was even more beautiful to see that she has a husband that completely understands her the way she is and, you know, would make excuses for her at any given point in time, you know. But I also loved the fact that Fahad explained, you know, Safa's intentions, and finally Zeina said that she believes that, okay, indeed, Safa did not intend, you know, to hurt her in that manner. And so, guys, that was how the case was solved. Next scene, Danya and her husband, Bliss, visits Ebraheem to discuss this new business venture, this partnership that Danya is looking at starting with Ebraheem. Now, they said they wanted to go and discuss business, right? But then they had to start with the Chris conversation. So Ebraheem asked what had happened exactly, and Bliss rather, you know, tells his own side of the story. Oh, he walked into the tattoo bar and Chris left immediately and blah blah blah. Now, the point of bringing up this Chris conversation is to be very sure that Ebraheem was going to listen to their demand of not inviting Chris and his wife Brianna to Ebraheem's wedding. But I loved the fact that Ebraheem maintained his resolve that, listen, this guy and his wife, they've never done anything to me. They've never offended me. They've been good to me. They've been nice to me. They even invited me for their own wedding. So I will invite them for my own wedding. And you see, guys, I think I raised this up in my review of the first episode, that why is it that people just want people to inherit enemies for them? It doesn't really make sense. Is friendship that ridiculous? Is it that ridiculous? Also, because Danya and her husband are not on good terms with Chris because of a 12-year-old beef that we still do not understand, Ebraheem should not invite this man and his wife to his wedding. Like, guys, it just does not even make sense to me at all. And I just felt like this couple, Danya and her husband, these people actually need help. they really need help. They are dealing with a lot, and it was very obvious even in the following conversation about this partnership between Danya and Ebraheem. Bliss obviously prioritizes his own career. For him, he can't be staying home all day, taking care of the kids, taking care of the household, whilst Danya is chasing after her dreams. Now, he actually raised the point though, which I obviously really support. Now, for him, there was no prior conversation about this partnership. Danya did not tell him anything about it. Out of the blues, he just started hearing that, oh, she wants to go into this business with Ebraheem, and that really hurt him, because for him, they should have had a conversation about it first, which I totally support. Because guys, if you all recall in my previous review, I had asked the same question, that did these people sit down to have a conversation about this whole business? Because there's no way they will have a conversation and Bliss will outrightly say, no, I want you to be a full-time housewife. You're not supposed to have a business idea of your own. You're supposed to be independent. And guys, Danya did not even seem remorseful at all. Instead, she made it about, oh, and when it comes to Bliss doing his music, doing his DJ stuff, doing his own thing, oh, you want me to be there for you, but you don't want me to pursue my own dream. And I'm like, this is the problem with Danya.
Since we've been married, everything has been about your music, your video clip, your event, your business. For once, I want to do something for myself, and you're not happy about it. And you're just, yes,
No,
I'm
you
not.
cannot prioritize.
It's like Danya lacks comprehension, always enjoys playing the victim. And yes, we understand that Bliss has his own issues. Yes, he's got his own insecurities, right? These people need to communicate, and communication is clearly a problem for Bliss. But Danya too has communication problems, or even comprehension problems. Yes, she's not understanding that you cannot just, as a wife, wake up one morning and decide to do your own thing, like you are not in a marriage environment. You cannot just take such a decision, you know, at the expense of your marriage. There are your kids as well. And so guys, the conversation did not really end well, because Danya got really offended and she left. She wanted to get the car keys. Bliss was not budging, and so she walked out and left the conversation. Ebraheem, on the other hand, was not finding it funny. He felt insulted. He felt like Bliss was trying to insult his intelligence, because Bliss actually came from another valid angle, which he has raised before. For him, he's not very sure that these two people will be able to maintain their friendship relationship. That the fact that they are friends does not mean that they can actually have a smooth business relationship. That it's always a problem when friends get into business together. And Ebraheem was really offended. For him, they are not just friends, they are besties. And I'm like, wow, when will Ebraheem grow up? And guys, this is another thing with Ebraheem. Sometimes it's like Ebraheem is very smart and wise, filled with wisdom, and other times it's like he also lacks comprehension. This next scene once again validated all of my observations about Lojay. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Lojay proved that this season she came back guns blazing for Safa and Zeina. And I also noticed that with every episode, Lojay is getting more screen time. I don't know if you all noticed that in season 1, her screen time wasn't really that much. She wasn't really saying a lot except when she's shown. Even at her own events, there was this festival that she, hosted in her home. She wasn't receiving a lot of screen time. But this season, this is episode 4 now that we're analyzing, and she's getting a lot of screen time. I'm like, oh wow, this villain role, the back instigator that she's playing, it's really paying off really well for her. But anyways, LJ had visited her to give her the gist, of course, of everything that had happened at Safa's event. And LJ had presented the case as someone that's innocent. She had made it look like, oh, okay, fine, there was no trigger. Because to be fair, Lojay had actually asked her, okay, what was the trigger? What was the burner? That's to know if Zeina and Safa had actually started the problem first. But LJ had been honest enough to say that no, she just felt like, exposing Safa and Ebraheem's meeting, meaning she knew what she was doing. Because from time to time, these people, they make jokes, and sometimes she doesn't know if they are serious or not. Now, Lojay acknowledged during her confessional that Zeina had every right to react the way she did, because if she were to be in Zeina's shoes, she probably would have even reacted worse. Yes, she acknowledged that. But what she did not do was she did not reprimand LJ in their conversation in real time. She did not acknowledge the fact that what LJ did was wrong. But I love the fact that she actually acknowledged Zeina's reaction, right? But then it made me realize that, wow, this woman, you would look for any opportunity, you know, to stay on course, because there's a mission, there's an agenda. So she wants to stay on course and she has to stay in character. Instead of her to reprimand LJ, she flipped the script.
Add to that with all due respect, she knows nothing about appreciation.
Now, in the course of their conversation, LJ, you know, mentions that, oh, after what happened, Safa was being all dramatic, overreacting, and then Safa, you know, like chased her out of her event. That was the one that Lojay picked on. And then she started accusing Safa of being unappreciative. That, oh, do you know what it takes for someone to attend your event? Do you know what it takes for someone to even decide to leave what they're doing and come for your event? And then she now cited her own experience that, oh, that was how she visited Safa, you know, to present baby presents to Safa on delivering a new baby. And the moment she walked through Safa's door, the first thing Safa said was, oh, were you waiting for her to start, I think, kindergarten before you visited? And the way she had said it, she had made it look like, oh, Safa is so ungrateful that, oh, she left what she was doing, she went to go and visit. And I'm like, girl, you are not nice. You are mean. You are mean. How can you visit someone 2 months after they've delivered a baby? You are in the same Dubai. You are rolling around and hanging out with the people that you know she has got issues with. You lied that, oh, you've been busy, you've been traveling around, but you've been posting pictures of all of your shenanigans with these other people on Instagram. And then you're walking through her door 2 months later and you expect her to welcome you with open arms and, you know, kiss your feet and worship you for stopping by, you know. So guys, I just felt like, nah, this Lojay, my suspicions were right. I said it right from season 1 that this woman, she's got an agenda and her true colors are coming out now in this new season. And then she did not even stop there. They even went as far as talking about Zeina. LJ was, you know, creating the impression that Zeina is so condescending. When Zeina heard that she was starting a waitress job, Zeina had asked her, oh, why waitress? And I'm like, girl, everybody that hears that you want to take on a waitress job, they will have the same or even worse reactions, because everybody knows that you are a spoiled princess. Everybody knows that you love being served. Even Ebraheem disliked you initially because of your condescending nature. Yes, everybody knows that you love being served and you will never be the one serving anyone. And even her, after like 4 hours of doing the job, she was already complaining of, oh, stress, she's tired, she cannot be doing the job, blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, oh, weekends, she spent weekends with her babies. So she got, guys, see, I looked at these two women and I'm just like, nah. Before LJ left Lojay's house, Lojay gave her a gift, a kitten as a gift. And guys, for me, that was very symbolic. Yeah, for me, it felt like that was like the seal for their new bond. You know, this is their newfound friendship. This is their newfound bond. And Lojay did not stop there. Yeah, she invited Danya and her husband, Bliss, to her home for dinner with this her unknown husband. Remember, she had mentioned on the previous episode that she got married. She did not announce it. She wanted her marriage to be private. She did not want to flaunt her husband, you know, to the media. And so she had invited these two to her home. Now, according to her, she wanted them to speak about Danya's new business partnership with Ebraheem so that the husband can also listen to Bliss's concerns, which they did, guys. And you see, in the midst of that conversation, of course, I mean, Bliss, you know, reiterated his concerns about Danya's friendship with Ebraheem going sour by virtue of maybe disagreements on the business and the fact that she is not always at home anymore to cater to the family. I mean, he reiterated all of his concerns. But for me, what I was looking at in that particular scene is what exactly Loujain's agenda was. Because guys, frankly speaking, if you are keeping your new marriage away from media eye, it's not everybody that you would invite to your home to dine with your husband, right? It's only people that you want to draw into your inner circle that you will give that privilege to even share the same space with you and this husband that you are hiding from the eyes of the media, you know. So for me, I read a lot of meaning into that. I just felt like, in a way, Lojay is gradually, slowly creating a new camp for herself in which she will be the leader. Yes. So far, she's caught on into LJ's feelings, yes, you know, by standing by her despite the nonsense that LJ did at Safa's event, even gave her a kitten as a gift, knowing fully well that LJ loves pets like that. And then, you know, taking Danya's side, taking Bliss's side, guys. For me, I just, also look at the trip of taking all these people to the trip. So I just feel like, that's her making her move gradually. Like she's acting like she's not really acting. And these people, they are not seeing what's happening. Yeah, they're not seeing what's going on. So she's buying their loyalty. And she had also brought on conversations about Chris. According to her, Chris had called her, you know, to speak about what had happened. And she had shared a bit of her own experience in the entertainment industry, you know, why she keeps herself away from people, why she stays on her own, because, you know, there's this saying that goes that, oh, your enemy is your colleague and blah, 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 which in a way is an indirect way of telling Bliss to stay away from Chris. Yeah, she said, even though if Bliss had tried to talk to Chris on several occasions and nothing was coming out of it, that, you know, Bliss should move on. Yes, that's good advice. But guys, still, I just felt like, nah, this woman is making so many chess moves right here. She is building a camp and these people do not even realize it. Now, the conversation between Mona and her husband in this next scene sort of rubbed off on me the wrong way. So yes, they were having conversations about having babies, yes. If you all recall the conversation between Mona and Chris from the previous episode, they had established that their spouses had caught the baby fever. Brianna, for Chris, wants a baby like yesterday. Hassan, for Mona, I hope that that's his name, is feeling the same way. He wants them to start a family immediately. And of course, Mona, you know, shared her concerns, her fears, the circumstances surrounding them, the fact that she's trying to build this business empire and everything. And then she's thinking that, okay, maybe next year they can start thinking about babies. Now, the husband was giving reasons why they should start immediately because, oh, next year they're going to be more busy, which is true. Everything he said was right. However, what I did not understand was where she mentioned that, oh, you said that you don't want to be changing diapers. And he said, oh yes, that will never change.
You said you don't want to change diapers.
I mean, that will never change. And I'll repeat again, I'm never changing any diapers. Poop is where I draw the line.
I'm like, so pray tell, just somebody make it make sense. You, as the man, you are the one having baby fever. You want the baby so bad, but you will never change the baby's diapers. Oh God. How does that even make sense? You want a baby so bad, like you want a baby, you want to start a family immediately, but you are selective of the responsibilities that comes with it. Is it the responsibility of the woman to change the diapers? Or fine, you have money, you can afford it, so you're going to hire like how many nannies? 100 nannies to be changing the diapers? Guys, I am enlightened about how things are done in this modern world, but here's what I'm thinking. You are the one that's craving to have a baby, but you don't want to change diapers. Not even once. Somebody please explain better, because at this point, I just don't understand what that young man wants. Yes, he said he's going to support his wife all the way, but for me, I just felt that him drawing the line when it comes to diapers, that is quite selfish. This next scene, Farhanna continues being Farhanna by going on another date, another blind date. And guys, I must confess, I was really feeling this new guy. This guy is so good looking, so handsome, body structure, everything on point. But Farhanna was not feeling the guy. According to her, why would anybody take anybody on a first date to a very, very cold place? So she was literally freezing. She did not like it. In fact, she was kind of upset, yes. And aside that, after hearing what the guy does, she just started picking offense. Yeah, you know, she wants a successful businessman. She wants a rich man. She wants blah, 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 blah. You know, this European mentality and everything that she says she wants. And yes, I agree. Any woman is entitled to wanting any type of man that she wants. And I believe that such men do exist. Yes, you only need to look harder and also maybe position yourself where they're going to find you, right? But I kind of felt like she was a bit mean. Because yes, the guy was wrong to have asked her, what do you do? Because I was expecting the guy to say, oh, I did my research about you and I got to find out that you do XYZ. Oh, tell me about your work. I felt like that would have come off more friendly and more interesting other than the guy asking her, what do you do? Farhanna did not find it funny at all. She was already irritated that he brought her to the Dubai ski place, you know, as a first date. And so the fact that the guy was even asking her, what do you do? She found it so offensive that she literally told the guy, go and Google me.
Find out more about you from you rather than just what I read online.
You should Google me and read about me. You'll find out. Google me. Google me. He should have Googled me.
Why would you even ask her such a question? Come on. You don't do that. You speak like someone who has already done your background check on this person, and then you show interest, like genuine interest in her work. If this is someone you would love to date moving forward, you know. And so she walked out on the whole thing. She said she wasn't feeling it and then she left. Fast forward to LJ's all-white peace party. According to her, the idea behind this event was to bring together all their friends, all the warring parties, you know, to talk out their differences and settle all their existing issues for peace to reign. And it was a nice concept, I must confess. But I was just asking myself that you are creating all white peace party, you are hosting this thing. You are a very, very crazy instigator. You are a crazy instigator yourself. And right from the beginning of the whole party, she was already getting offended by Farhanna. Farhanna had arrived looking excessive. Yes, her outfits, everything was just excessive. It was too much.
I'm not really sure. Is it your event or my event today?
It's your event, but I thought I'll go all the way out for you, baby girl.
Farhanna, you didn't have to go that far.
It was giving too much. Everyone else was looking simple. But Farhanna literally carried this, according to Ebraheem, Statue of Liberty headgear that carried crazy spikes everywhere, you know, and then she was wearing gold, you know, and white or white embroidered with gold. It was just too much. And LJ was not finding it funny. LJ was like, Farhanna just loves attention. And the moment she was walking through to the beach side where the whole thing was happening, she was already on Instagram Live. And she was like, oh guys, this is my friend. And LJ did not really like it. You know, LJ was already ranting and complaining during her confessionals. And I'm like, you see, it's the pretense for me. It's how these women pretend to love each other. It's how they pretend to care about each other. But then there are certain things that they each do that they just don't like. And sometimes instead of them to open their mouth and say it, they will not say it. Instead, they will come and complain during their confessionals. Now, Mona sort of shed a bit of a layer at this particular party. Now, if you all recall what had happened at Safa's event, Mona did not like the way LJ had just, you know, shared such a sensitive information like that to Zeina, right? She herself was quite offended. She did not like the way Farhanna and LJ handled that situation. But then I felt like it was quite hypocritical and two-faced, you know, when she had taken LJ aside. According to her, she wanted to check on LJ. She wanted to check that LJ is okay.
Even though your intentions were pure, and I know they were, I felt it, like, even when you were saying it, I was like, oh no, I don't think she's realizing how upsetting it is to Zeina and Safa. But
and then she went and was telling LJ that, oh, I saw your intentions when you were telling Zeina that information. I knew that you were genuine. I knew you cared. I'm like, aye, Mona, oh my God. I mean, here I was thinking that, oh my God, this woman is so business-minded. She's not petty and, you know, nasty like these other women. And she is already showing us that she's a hypocrite already. Because on that day, she clearly had her reservations about these women's actions. And then because they invited her for party, she was changing her mouth already. And LJ did not even care. LJ was like, well, they should enjoy the party, da. You know, she was acting like a good person. Guys, I was quite disappointed in Mona. Lojay did not attend the event. She had mentioned to LJ that she was going to be away for something else, you know, but she was going to be with her virtually. Mona had informed Safa. Safa had said she did not want to go because of how LJ had, you know, behaved at her event, you know, even though LJ had actually invited everybody. Zeina, of course, did not go there. But Safa decided to retaliate, like reciprocate LJ's energy. According to her, LJ spoiled her event, so she was going to completely destroy LJ's event.
LJ, you come, you destroy my event, and now you want to throw a peace party. Hey, I'm coming to destroy this.
So instead of dressing according to the theme of the event, which was all white, she had worn red. Red leather to the event. Now, she went there carrying fire and brimstone on her head. She wanted to wreak havoc. And so she got there and, you know, she confronted LJ. Oh, why did you do what you did at my blah, blah, blah. And LJ, who of course, in my frank opinion, was just being pretentious and fake, had quickly apologized. Now, she had owned her actions and she had admitted that, oh, sometimes she opens her mouth, she says things, she does not know how people take it, she's sorry. So she had apologized to Safa. And guys, we know that Safa is very soft. Now, Safa was in a dilemma in her confessional. I was like, oh my God, I went to go and rain thunder and brimstone on this woman. But now, she has apologized. So I can't continue holding on. Like, Safa does not just know how to hold on to grudges. So she had accepted, they had hugged things out and they had settled. But Safa was not done. Immediately, she had faced on to Farhanna, was telling LJ not to be problematic like Farhanna. And that did not sit well with Farhanna, guys. Farhanna was literally going off.
You and Zeina want to bring it on? Bring it on. Bring it on. That's because you think I'm weak target. I'm not weak target, yeah? I'm not weak target. I'm very nice. Don't trample over my feet. Don't.
She was just going off. She was just going off. And it was very obvious that Safa intended to rile her up. It was very, very obvious. So Safa just sat down there and was watching her, you know. So Farhanna was going crazy. She was even shouting, yelling. Farhanna was, rather Safa was, you know, responding to Farhanna just with little short sentences. And every other person there, the way they were looking at Farhanna was like, Farhanna was a crazy person, right? And LJ too was quite upset because for her, you can have a civilized conversation without raising your voice. And so she was shouting, I don't want to hear your voice anymore.
Can you just stop yelling? I don't want to hear your voice. That's it. You keep on shouting. It's annoying. And you know, I hate loud voices. Then whoever is not happy, I said, the door is open, they can leave.
And frankly speaking, guys, I did not really like that because I felt like, come on, Farhanna is not a baby. Don't talk to her that way. And instead of Farhanna to be upset at LJ for shutting her up like that in the presence of everybody, she was still angry at Safa. Safa wasn't even really saying much at this point. And Ebraheem now decided to step into the matter. Now, because Ebraheem already made peace with Safa, he could not afford to not be on Safa's side. So he was telling Farhanna to keep calm, to chill. And that completely upset Danya. Danya rose up to the occasion and was attacking Ebraheem. At that point, it was absolutely chaotic. Danya and Safa, they were having a go at each other because Ebraheem, all in a guise to find out what the real beef is between Danya and Safa, he triggered Safa by asking Safa what was going on. Guys, you and I know that Ebraheem made that move to prove to Danya that he was loyal to her and not Safa. And guys, these two women went at each other, insulting each other, you know, saying all manner of things, talking about, oh, leave my husband's money. So it's like, oh, your husband does not have money, blah, 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 blah.
And I didn't need your husband's money, by the way. It was a trap to catch someone else in case you didn't hear. I'm sure you heard the whole story. It was a trap.
Leave us alone! Your husband has no money, babe! Your husband has no money! Don't lie to the world! Okay. Your car isn't even yours. I don't need my husband to buy me Birkins. I buy them all by myself with my own money.
Guys, when Danya said that Safa's husband does not have money, guys, I laughed. I laughed because, ladies and gentlemen, did you see Safa's push presents? A diamond bracelet worth millions of US dollars. 3 different luxury cars for Safa to choose from. An office space for her business. with plenty bouquet of roses. Guys, come on. Come on. And then the mansion that they lives in, and then the many other things. You know what, yeah? That was how this episode ended. The altercation. It was so heated. It was crazy. But in a way, I was kind of upset because I felt like Safa was not really saying much. Because there were so many things that Safa could say, you know, to attack Danya back. Because it was very obvious that Danya was calling for a fight. Danya wanted to, you know, wanted a word. Like she wanted that altercation with Safa. But the fact that Safa was not really fighting back, I was pained. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop talking here right now. I would love to hear from all of you, your thoughts about this episode of the show. So please go ahead and share in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Have an amazing day. Bye.